I suppose you want more bedtime stories, so here's another one. One day, a man of middle age came to see the Buddha, his face full of anger and pain. He asked the Buddha, Master, I have tried my best to be a good person. I endured, I helped, and I sacrificed for my family and friends. But in return, I only receive misunderstanding, selfishness, and betrayal. Why is my life still full of suffering even when I try to be a good person? The Master, the Buddha, smiled gently. But instead of answering directly, he told the man, Take this handful of salt and put it in this small glass of water. Stir it and drink. The man did as he was told. But after drinking, the man's face twisted. This water is too salty and bitter. I can't drink this, master. The Buddha said, Now, take the same handful of salt and throw it on that lake over there. The man followed the instruction. The Buddha spoke again. Now, scoop up a bowl of water from that lake and drink it. After drinking, the man was surprised. Master, this water is not salty at all. It still tastes normal. The master asked, It's the same amount of salt, but why is this small glass of water is unbearably salty, while the lake is not salty at all? The man thought for a moment, and then he he replied, Because the glass of water is small, but the lake is very huge, very large. At that moment, the Buddha said, Misunderstanding, suffering, selfishness, and betrayal in your life are like that handful of salt. No one can live without tasting them. The problem is not how much salt life gives you, but whether your heart is like a small glass of water or like a vast lake. If your heart is too small, then if your heart is too small, clinging tightly to every wound, then just a little salt is enough to make your whole life bitter. But if you expand your heart, grow understanding and compassion, then those pains still exist, but they are but they have but they are no longer enough to break you. The man was silent for a long time. Then the man held his hands together and bowed. Master, now I see. All this time, I kept blaming life for being too salty without realizing that my own heart is very small. The message of the story is suffering is part of life and we cannot avoid it. The important thing is the capacity of our heart. The narrower our heart, the easier for us to suffer over everything. But the wider our heart, the easier for us to find peace in every difficulty. So if you want your life to suffer less, don't just ask life to give you less salt, but instead strive your best to make your heart expand as wider or as wide as a lake. That's the end of the story. See you again. Bye.